Well, I go by here quite often. It's always nice to stop in there and get a cup of coffee or some snacks, and maybe a breakfast sandwich at times in the past. So it's a very nice place to have. And coming up here with the kids to go to the lake and swim, it was always a good stop. We always go in. It means a lot to me.
Oh, it's so sad. I'm waiting for it to reopen. It's such a great community center and a wonderful place to meet people and just sit around and talk. And it's a community center. It's an essential part of Barnard, an essential part of this area, not just Barnard, but people from all over come to the general store. It has a great reputation, and it's got to come back.
Well, the store was a great place for me to get a coffee on the way to Burlington. I work up in Burlington. Not every day, but I loved stopping off there. I loved meeting friends there, and I loved getting sandwiches there. I mean, I miss the sandwiches. I really miss the sandwiches. I wish the store would come back.
It's a place that I remember from my childhood. It's sort of the center of this community, I think, and it's a place to gather. It was a place to have great breakfast, to grab something you need and run into people that you knew from around the neighborhood. It's really sad because it was one of those it's a classic country store, and when places like that close, it always breaks your heart because it's an old traditional part of the New England community, and
it's a tradition that shouldn't be lost.
It's the tradition that shouldn't be lost. It's that mom and pop homegrown thing that belongs here.
Well, we went in yesterday and it was almost naked, but we could get a scone that was delicious and a cup of cocoa, but it's pretty barren and people miss it a lot. Well, you can always find people sitting there chewing the fat, eating something, and knowing that it's really surviving. It's a center place where people gather and care about each other.
It's a focal point, really, for the town. Essential. With the pond right there, the four-wheelers going through. It's just it's a point of interest for the whole town. And without it, it's lost, and it's very hard to replace.
You don't have to buy.
It was the heart of the town.
Yes, and a gathering place for the people and to get together and to meet people. And if you're new to the area, that was a nice place to meet. And once a month used to be chef night. You could be a chef for a night and cook at the store. And that was a nice way for me to meet people. And I did that twice.
Every day I think of some little item that I could just run down and get at the store. But now I can't.
I think it's sad because I think traditions are very important to uphold, and being young and having all these new things with the internet, and I think lots of traditions are like closing, letter writing, everything is just falling apart. So I think it's important to uphold like what you have and keep your roots. So I think it's sad the store is closing, but hopefully it'll reopen and it'll come back. It'd be nice.
Well, the store is one of the biggest reasons actually my wife and I moved up here from Pennsylvania. It's the epicenter of Barnard. I mean, the Barnard Inn is here and a few other businesses, and really it's the central meeting point. Silver Lake's right there and the store's right there, and the summer crowd comes there, but everybody in town meets there. There's the morning breakfast crowd that used to be there every day. There's the locals sitting on the porch, and without it, I mean, the community doesn't have somewhere to congregate, except for certain events. We have Barnards and other organizations, obviously, but there's nowhere to be all the time, and so without it, there's a void that needs to be filled, and it's empty without the store.